What's up out there? Welcome back to Melvor Idle Hardcore Generation 2. We are on episode 7. Where to begin? So, I guess the best starting point is to tell you my current goal, which is kind of the goal that's been going on for quite a while now, and that's working on agility. I really want to get agility at level 99, which I'm very close to that now. But the big thing is trying to get the obstacles unlocked, and that's where we're at currently. I'm working on ice jump because it's got the preserve resources, the double items, the food heal, a little bit of maximum hit points, the mining node HP, Slayer coin, Slayer skill XP. This one is very doable. The difficult part with this, and see, these other ones all take a lot of combat. And the only combat that I need on this one is Slayer level. Unfortunately, it's a pretty high Slayer level. But the rest of it's all, cooking, mining, thieving, stuff like that. No big deal. I have the money for it. I have everything leveled up. You can see I'm fishing up crab right now. I'm going to cook that raw crab. I'm going to get that cooked up. So I'll get that done. And then I'll get the diamonds here. And we're really close to the Slayer level. I need level 60, and I am at level 53. So that's kind of what the big goal is right now. And obstacle 10 will be right after this one. Once I get this one done, it's going to be obstacle 10. But the other cool thing is this dumps a lot of money. Like right now, I'm only making 4,000 every 37 seconds. When I add this obstacle in, it's going to be making 10 grand every 60 seconds or whatever this adds. And it's going to add 5 seconds. So math is bad, but we'll be in the 42 second range, somewhere in that realm. And making 10 grand. So it's a good buff in stats. Stats, the whatever you want to call these, the passives, good passive buff, but also a good cash buff for taking that. And it's going to get us up to obstacle 9, or 10, I should say. And then once we get 10 done, we'll be cruising to level 90, or 99, I should say, and we'll be making some decent money. The only thing that's going to be missing from this is the signet ring, which I have been leaving the gold topaz ring equipped. I've got one piece of it on my adventure account, which I would love to have that on this account because while it's going to be useful for the adventure account, this account, it's going to be really helpful once I get this agility all decked out, because the signet ring gives you 100% gold. So you basically can double whatever money you can add on this, you just double. Another thing that I've been working on with agility is to try to hit 99 mastery with each of these, because that halves these negative effects. So I've ran this a little bit over the last week or so, because I haven't done this. I have not put a hardcore video out for like a week. I kind of waited a little bit, let some things build up. So in the time that I've been doing that, I'm up to 12 million gold now, and I let this run a little bit. So we're at level 91. I don't remember where I was before, but I also wanted to drive these up as much as possible and get this negative cut in half. Because once you hit 99, the passive debuffs that are in red are halved for this obstacle. So this one now is just 1.5, and these are still work in progress. One other thing I did, and I finally hit a high enough level to be able to do this, is to get the Clue Chaser's Insignia. This is one I mentioned in my adventure video. You have to have certain items, you have to have certain quantity of those items, and you have to have them in a certain order. I was going to hang on to it, but I ran out of inventory space, so I had to sell it all. But pretty much what you need is on this first inventory slot, and what I do is I just drag everything to a different slot that's not these items. You need 42 maple trees, 23 redwoods, 16 raw swordfish, 15 raw crab, 8 herring, cooked herring, and then 4 burnt cavefish. And the thing that holds me back on my adventure account is the redwoods. But if you have those quantities in that order on this tab, you get the Clue Chasers insignia. And if you want a second one, you cannot get more than one at a time. So you have to equip it onto your slot, and then you can move an item over and back, and it will give you another amulet. And you can do that if you have all your slots unlocked. This isn't really hard to get, but it's kind of an Easter egg thing. Now, why would you want this? Well, this gives you a 10% chance to receive an off item. And the off item is something like the pieces of the Crown of Relics or the Signet Ring pieces, things like that. So if you have this thing equipped while you're doing this work, like right now I'm fishing, so I have to use the fishing, the amulet. I can't really use the ring yet because of this gold topaz thing. But when you're doing any other item, because fishing is really the only thing that has an amulet. So if you're doing anything else, it's beneficial to have this Clue Chasers insignia and equip it, because this will give you a chance at the Crown of Relics. I mean, this thing's worth 750 grand just for the circlet piece. I think the gem is like 3 million. And when you combine the two together, it's 5 million. So in my opinion, it's better to, if you're doing all this non-combat stuff, get that Clue Chasers insignia, toss it on when you can, and just let it sit. It's not for combat, it's just for non-combat. But if you leave that thing on, like this circlet of relics, this thing makes money over time. The circlet is great by itself. You know, the crown. I shouldn't say the circlet, the crown. When you get, I'm still waiting to find the gem piece, but when you get that and combine it, this thing gives you resource preservation and things like that. It is great. You know, so whenever cooking and all that comes along, it gives you, I think, an extra 10% chance for resource preservation. So, highly recommend getting the Clue Chasers insignia and then getting the Circlet of Relics, getting the Signet Ring, those kind of things. So that's why I have that. I currently cannot do that because I'm kind of going between combat and fishing. So you see I have 80,000 prayer points. I had to go back and fish up a bunch last night. Pretty much what I've been doing is going into combat. I've been working on my Slayer skills here, or Slayer tasks, bouncing back and forth between Slayer tasks and some particular monsters. Pretty much working on getting Slayer up as high as possible so I can get level 60. I don't know that I'm going to hit that today. That's why I'm putting my video out this morning instead of tonight. I figured I may as well just get the video done. It's probably going to take another couple of days of grinding on this. While I'm really trying to get level 60 done, I haven't been pushing it like super, super hard. So let's take a quick look at my inventory here. You can see I'm working on the raw crabs. I need to get those to cook up. You can see we have quite a bit of raw materials sitting here. I need to get back to my herb lore for the eyeballs. I've been storing up the bones that I've collected so I can use those in herb lore, push that a little bit. I know that's really like a low level skill or a low level one, but these melee accuracies have been coming in pretty handy through some of the combat, which we'll get into here in a second. Let's see, I got plenty of food. I've just been growing kind of random things, working on, we do have level 99 farming. So I think my strategy now is to just start growing the things that are not 99. As the crops end up being harvested, I'm going to dump any extra XP I have into these, but I'm also going to try to grow these. Finish this off, get the masteries done with those. Let's see, that was that. Nothing really here to see with the gloves or the potions, although I need to work on those bird's nest ones, get those used up. And okay, here's what I wanted to get to. So for combat, I have been working on the mummies, which drop, and I've touched on this in my adventure video also. These drop these necklaces and topaz rings. So the gold topaz ring is the one you have to equip for the signet ring pieces. And The signet ring comes from non-combat and combat. So you get one piece here and you get one piece there. And you have to have that ring equipped on both sides to get those pieces. So you can get that here. I still don't have any crafting. So I've managed to rack up a few necklaces and a ring, a couple of this gold emerald ring also. This also drops a silver diamond ring, which is useful for the volcanic dungeon, gives you 1% damage reduction, and the amulet of strength. You need 200 of these because you have to basically take this and upgrade it into this elite amulet of strength, which I have one. You need 2 of these elite amulets of strength to get this Fury of the Elemental Zodiacs thing. So you need 2 of each of these, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. Then you also need 10 amulets of Fury and 10 amulets of Torture. So, long-winded way of saying, I went through this grind on my standard account. This sucked ass. I waited till the very end to collect these. Like, I had the Amulet of Defense first because it was easy to get and I needed it to get through some things. But then the rest of these I had to grind out. So, long-winded explanation of explaining why I've been killing a lot of mummies because they drop the Amulet of Strength. Number one, they are in the Slayer area, so I am getting Slayer experience for them. Number two, they drop these Amulets of Strength, and I'm gonna probably come back to the mummies and finish off the Amulet of Strength. But which one was it? Somebody in here, the purple goo monster. They drop Amulets of Defense. They also drop some gold, some seeds, and some adamantite bars. They do daggers. I'm going to point something out here. There are daggers that come from these guys. There are, oh God, there's the necklaces and the rings that come from these guys. And maybe that's it. The statues drop coal, silver, and gold bars. So they drop coal, but then they drop silver and gold bars. So I've been parking on them a little bit. But these rings, amulets, and daggers and stuff like that, if you swing right down here to summoning, before summoning came along, I would have said these are useless. You just sell all this crap off. But with summoning, if you come in here, like this thing uses daggers. So I've been taking these daggers and converting them into Golden Thief tablets. Same thing with, let's see here. There's one that uses rings. Maybe I don't have it unlocked yet. One of these uses rings. One of them uses amulets. So I'm kind of hanging on to those for this summoning stuff. I've got plenty of inventory room for now. And when those come free, I'm going to burn these off instead of just selling them. I mean, they'll make some money, but 100,000, oops, not 100,000. Yeah, 100,000 gold. I mean, I can get that with agility pretty quickly, so I'm not terribly concerned about money making with this stuff here. Now, the Pirate's Lost Ring, I can sell all but one. Let's get rid of all but one of those. Those won't matter. I don't think you can use those in anything. I think it's these other ones. But they need like 50 of them at a time. So I figured, hang on to these things. I might get 2 sets of tablets out of that. So like 50 tablets or whatever. But every little bit's going to contribute to summoning. And that's one less thing I have to craft or make a production line out of. So I don't think those are a bad thing to collect. You can see we're collecting the Amulet of Defense. I think what I'm going to do for the Amulet of Defense, they are slow to get. I want to get 100 of them. That's why I've been working on that purple goo monster. I want to get 100 of these, and I want to get them changed into their elite amulet. That gives you 2% damage reduction once you get this thing, and it's going to be a requirement. So I need Slayer, I need the damage, or I need the defense ring, or the Amulet of Defense, and the Slayer XP and the extra stuff that comes with it, the daggers and all that crap. So I'm going to park on that goo monster for a little while, probably. I know you can spend your Slayer bucks to get a new Slayer task, but I don't want to burn all my Slayer cash off just to find the goo monsters and get the coins from it. The other thing, too, I would point out is that these monsters are very weak and they don't take a lot of food. So they do damage, but they don't burn through a lot of food. I was doing a lot of these Slayer tasks. Well, a lot. I've probably done 4 or 5, 8 more. So I need 8 more, and I think this starts at like 15. Um, so every once in a while, I will go and do a Slayer task, and then I'll go back to killing off the goo monsters or the mummies or the statues or whatever. I don't want to burn through all my food, and the problem with some of these things that you fight, they tend to do a lot of damage, and you have to burn through a lot of food, or you have to switch your prayer to the protect melee or protect range or magic, which burns 10 prayer points off, doesn't give you any bonus prayer XP. So I've been doing these just to further the tasks, but I've also been trying to be a little conservative on my food. Not that I can't get more food and all that, but that it's just easier, less resource intensive, so I don't have to keep going back. Like as it is now, I have to go fish up prayer points every night. So that's kind of getting to be, I don't want to say a headache, but it's just getting to be a thing. Let's see here. Oh, I unlocked the amulet of looting for this character. As we drill through this, this thing took a shit ton, way too many of these spiders. I had to kill 61 of these things to get that. Well, 60 of these things I had to kill to get that. I think I looked it up on my adventure account. It only took me 5 kills to get that on the adventure one. My standard account, I got it on like the 2nd or 3rd try. My first hardcore guy, I got it on the 2nd or 3rd try. This one was brutal. Now, fortunately, this is the gear that I used to grind that. Fortunately, I had enough damage reduction with the 21% and everything. I could idle that. So I idled that thing for a day, which definitely took it. Let's see here. Oh, and I found the ranger hat, which is like one of the rarest things you can get out of the spider dungeon. And I found that before I found the amulet of looting, which blew my mind, but you know, whatever. So that's really it. That's really where we're at. I'm going to get these, I'm going to fish up these crabs for a little bit. I'll probably stop on those and go, after I get done with this video, I'll switch over to combat because I want to push the combat. But then again, I might try to finish these off and cook them up. That way they're done. Get that out of the way and then work towards this level 60 during the day. Maybe do some mining overnight. What I've found is that I've been running through these prayer points pretty much like this 80,000. I'll be done with today. I can't wait to get the level 99 of this, which we are pretty close. I've got 98 to go and then this chunk of 97. So every little bit contributes, and I haven't really been even fishing up whales or anything. It's just I've gotten this pretty much from raw skellyfish. A little bit onto the strength skill, but man, it's just these prayer points just they go through quickly. You burn through them real fast. But that's it. That's all for this update, and that's I guess my plan going forward. If you want to know those thoughts, still working towards agility. I mean, you're seeing the plan. I need to get the Slayer coin up, or the Slayer level up to 60. I know I said I didn't want to do a lot of combat with this one, but because of the amount of combat you have to do to get this Slayer level up, I'm looking pretty good with these levels. I'm going to be able to equip Dragonite gear when I get there. I think that's level 60. So, I mean, pretty much once we start hitting the dungeons and stuff, this is going to go very nicely. But that is it. That is all. We are done with this episode. Take care.